Welcome to Flight 93 Temporary Memorial. My name is Roxxane. September 11th, 2001, the day that has changed all of our lives forever. 4 hijacked planes in the air, 2 hit the World Trade Center, 1 hit the Pentagon, and then there was Flight 93. It was a flight from Newark, New Jersey on its way to San Francisco, California. The plane was a 757, could have held over 180 people, but luckily there were only 40 people on board that day. There were 7 crew and 33 passengers, all ranging in age from 20 to 79. Some were traveling for business, some were traveling for pleasure. This is the towers being hit. This shows you the flight path of the plane. The plane was actually to leave Newark at 8 o'clock in the morning. It didn't get off the runway until 8:42. It came across Pennsylvania. The hijackers took over the plane in Ohio and headed it southeast towards Washington, D.C. It crashed here at 10:03 a.m. There were 37 phone calls made from the plane. 13 of them told them what was happening in New York and Washington, so they formed a plan. This is the Pentagon being hit. Todd Beamer is a gentleman that was talking to the 911 operator, and they said the Lord's Prayer together, and he said those famous words, "Let's roll." They gathered together and headed for the cockpit. The hijackers realized that the passengers were there, trying to take control. One hijacker said to the other, "When they all come, we'll put it down." So they put it down here. This was the intended target.
Either one
Capitol.
of those? The
Capitol.
Or the White House building?
Or the White House, but
They
they
didn't
figured
know
that
which-
it was the Capitol.
They figured it was the Capitol.
Yeah, through the 9/11 Commission report investigation book. This is a huge smoke cloud that came up immediately following the crash. And here's a picture of the actual crash. The plane came from up here about where the scrapyard is that you guys passed, across this field, and they crashed out there behind the flag towards the woods. You see trees out there that have no branches on the bottom? Does everyone see what I mean? Okay, that's the actual crash site. The plane came in upside down, went into the ground at a 45-degree angle. They were going 580 miles an hour when they hit. The crater was 15 feet deep and 30 feet across. Nothing left. This is a closer view. This is the FBI picking up debris. You can see the burnt trees. This is the largest piece of the plane that was found. It was 3 feet by 6 feet, and it was found a few yards from the actual crater. This is the FBI. They were here for 2 weeks. They excavated the whole area, took everything out, covered it up with dirt, pushed over 100 burnt trees, and mulched them up. This is the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder. One was found 15 feet down, one was found 25 feet down. This is shot a year later from the crash site to us, and here's where the FBI were in this picture. This is the new memorial. There were 1,063 design entries, and this was picked in September of 2005. It'll have 2 giant pillars where the flight path of the plane went through the middle of it. There'll be a visitor center there, and that will be located up here about where the scrapyard is. Okay? Then it's going to open up into all these walkways and groves of trees down around the ponds and back up and around. It's actually a circle. And then down there about where the fence and the flag is will be this wall where people can put their things. We will get to walk clear down there when the memorial is in. Okay? They want to plant the actual crash site in Wildflowers. They want to break ground next year and hopefully have it partially completed by the 10th anniversary, 2011. Eventually they want to put in this huge tower called the Tower of Voices. 40 wind chimes for each one of the passengers and crew, and that will be located out by Route 30. There'll be an entrance in and out from here. And here are the heroes of Flight 93. Are there any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Alrighty, make sure you sign the guest book and pick up a brochure, and thank you for